Hey guys, thank you for your patience. I hope everybody's doing great. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about why it's important for you to start your own membership. And if you don't have your own membership, what questions or what reservations is keeping you from getting started? So for those of you who don't know, of course, my name is Coach Danielle Patterson Winningham. I'm a former JP Morgan Chase Vice President, Master Life and Master Business Coach. And I can tell you anybody that is starting a business of any kind would be well served if the very first thing you do in that business is go out and create a community. You see, people have choices on what they can buy and from whom. And even though we like to fool ourselves and say we're so much different than everybody else, the truth of the matter is that it mostly boils down to a personal preference. And how do you make a personal choice other than getting to know somebody personally? So with that being said, I want to go ahead and open it up, and I'll cover some topics in the meantime and in between time if for you guys that don't have questions. But if you have questions, if you could put them, I'm not sure if anybody's watching Periscope. Stephanie confirmed for me. But if you could put them in the chat on Facebook, Periscope, or if you're joining us tonight on Zoom, make sure you put them in the chat there. And we're going to go ahead and answer your questions about building your membership or your product subscription box, because that is just as important. So Yvette says, how do I get my community started? Let me see if I answered that here. A community is nothing more than a group of individuals who have something, not everything, but they have something in common. And so once you know what product or service you're going to be offering, you've got to say, well, what kind of person would like this product or service? They have this attribute or that attribute. They're this age or that age. Sometimes age matters, sometimes age doesn't. Sometimes they're at a specific station in life. Just had a baby, just graduated college, just left high school. So once you determine who you want in your community, you have to go out and you have to start talking to them. You have to start marketing to them. You have to start letting them know that we're in the same group, that I have some of the same tendencies you have, that I share some of life's journey with you. And the reason I say you should have a membership or a product box is because if you start a community for free, they're going to always expect that you offer them products and services for free. Did that help, Yvette? Guys, if you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast so that others can get this information. Monique said, why do you suggest a membership software program versus using a Facebook group? I'm going to let you answer that question yourself, Monique. How many free Facebook groups, and I'm going to ask everybody the same question and you tell me in the chat. How many free Facebook groups do you already belong to? Just give me a number in the chat. How many free Facebook groups do you already belong to? 15, 40, over 130? So if you tell people, come join my group, and I'm going to charge you. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to host it on Facebook. Don't you think they're going to question why they should pay you? If you understand what I'm saying. Now, some people will pay. But some won't. So if you're using a free platform, now don't get me wrong, I've done it. And it worked. But it makes you have to work that much harder to convince them to pay you. So the next question, as we go live, drawing people to our lead magnet, do you suggest we hold a free webinar first or charge $19 or $29? It doesn't matter. You know, the people that are going to pay are going to pay. The people that are not are not. The truth of the matter is, once you know how to get people to say yes, just because, and Stephanie, if you could give Dr. Nikki the link to upgrade her fresh member, that would be great. Just because you say it's free doesn't mean people are going to show up. Do you guys understand that? There are people with a free group that they can't get nobody to join right now. Likewise, there's people with paid groups that have thousands of people in them. So attraction is attraction is attraction. And that's what we're going to be doing in our 16-week class, is really teaching you how to create a membership group or a product box that attracts people. People don't come just because it's free. Remember back about 20 years ago when the internet first came out and you would go to somebody's website and they would say, join my website and get this free newsletter? How many of you guys remember that? And we joined because it was new. How many of you same people, if you went to somebody's site right now and it said, join my site, and you're going to get my newsletter, how many of you would join? I wouldn't. Unless they offer me something specific, something I feel like I need. I'm not just going to give you my email address. So you have to think about it. Do you have to have the membership software? You have to have a license for each group, yes. So by that same token, people are not going to just come because it's free. You got to know what to tell people in order to get them to stick and stay. How do we decide on a no contract versus a yearly contract? Most memberships, and depending on what they are, most memberships tend to let you go and come as you please if you're using as you go. Let me give you an example. If you come to my membership and I'm not giving you anything extra up front, not a lot of stuff extra up front, and you're just using as you go, as long as you tell me before your next billing cycle you want to cancel, I'm okay with it. One of the reasons you do that is because you want your membership to be a no-brainer. And if people got to think, well, I don't know if I want to get in this or not, because what if I want to cancel? Then you may lose a sale. So I tend not to require a contract for small things. And the bigger it gets, the more than likely I'm going to have a contract. I mean, think about it. Would you require a contract if you went to the store and bought a loaf of bread? No. But if you went and bought a car, even if you paid cash, it's still some paperwork. You can't go buy a car and just walk off the lot. Matter of fact, they keep you there almost just as long. You would think if you was paying cash, you'd be in and out. No, ma'am. They keep you there just as long, even once your money clears. So I guess a great indicator is, again, the size and price of the product as to whether you're going to charge or not. Stephanie, I don't see myself on Facebook. Do you? I think this is the second time. Stephanie, if you could let Jamie know, this is the second time I went live and it's not showing up on Facebook. What other questions do you guys have about? I think somebody asked, should I finish the class before I start my membership? I don't think you should. I think you should really go out and test the market. And that's something I'm going to teach you in the class about how to really get your first followers. Because if you don't, you're going to be ending up building this by yourself, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't ever have to carry your vision by yourself. Yeah, it might be the way we got the link set up. It's okay. They'll fix it. Whatever. What other questions do you guys have? How do you know when it's best to do a product box versus a membership? You know, I really think it's a personal preference. If you're a product heavy entity, meaning you create product, makeup, beauty, lingerie, I have a lot of choices in my company. I think that would lean more towards product box. If I was Coca-Cola, I'm going to do a product box. One of the original product box originators is this company called Harry and David. They do fruit. They do fruit. So some months they send pears, apples, oranges, and it's a subscription box. And that helps them control how much they need to grow, how much they need to buy, how many boxes they need to buy, all of that. Dr. Denise said, as you are building your membership page on Facebook, do you have to revamp your personal page? You don't have to. Your membership really needs to be reflected somewhere on social media, though. And to be honest with you, everything I do on social media is part of my life. My life is social media, whether it's business, my kids, whatever. So I tend to share all of it. And then I don't have to worry about who got notified as to what. So in other words, my business is my personal is my business. Nashima said, I help with a women's profit sisterhood organization. The free Facebook group is over 20,000 members. They hardly ever want to donate. So what would be a good subscription offering? I was thinking about a paid podcast, but unsure of products and services. Nashima, this is a Q&A and not a course. And let me tell you the first thing I'm going to tell you. Anytime you have any group of individuals that are not paying to be somewhere, what you have is an unengaged audience. What you've taught them is that your time and attention and space in your group is free. Rarely, if ever, are you able to go back and monetize those people. My suggestion is twofold. My suggestion is, number one, figure out how you're going to monetize the group. And number two, start over. And number three, get some professional help. Get some knowledge. I've taught hundreds of people how to build membership. The course is $58 a week for 16 weeks. I think it starts October 15th. Don't make the same mistakes over again, because mistakes, and when you don't charge people, that costs you time, money, energy, and effort. Here's my last bit of coaching to you. And this is for everybody that's here. Don't ever do anything that you are not crystal clear as to how you're going to get paid before you get started. Don't start a podcast if you don't know how you're going to monetize it. Don't start a radio show. Don't start a membership group. Do not. Somebody look at your neighbor and say not. Do not start anything. Don't. If you don't know how to monetize it, and Deshauna, that's something I'm going to be teaching in my course, how to add value and control costs. Some of these questions you guys are asking are like an hour-long answer, and we don't have that much time. But how to add value and control cost, that's not an answer. That's a week-long lesson. And I'm just being honest because I need you guys to understand this won't be the only questions you have, which is why you need to get some help. Get some help and don't keep making these same mistakes. Get some help before you go out there and you got 50,000 boxes sitting around your living room and nobody to buy them from you. And that's the truth. Don't do anything that you don't have a plan. Because what business do you know opens up shop first and then says, oh, well, let's figure out how we're going to make some money? It doesn't work like that, guys. You're going to lose every time. Because, see, the way we think sometimes, Deshauna, if I open up this group, the people that come, sure that they're going to help. No, because you did not force them to see value in the group. If you would have just told them, can I show you some math real quick, Deshauna? Let me show you some math. So you got 20,000 women in a group. If they all just donated $9 a week, and Nashima, why is it your baby? If it's not your baby and you stepped in after it started, if it's not a paid position, then step away and start your own membership. If those 20,000 members just donated $9 a week, just 9, that group would make $9,360,000 a year. Did y'all hear me? If the people in that group, $9 a week, that's a $9 million group. But you can't get the money if you don't charge. Bottom line. And if you over there working somebody else's group for free, yeah, then you need to stop. And Deshauna, what you're going to see is if you do your membership right, you're going to grow your paid mastermind. Some of y'all are launching out of order. And because you're launching out of order, you're leaving money on the table. If you have a paid mastermind and no membership, you're leaving a whole lot of money on the table from people who cannot afford to join your mastermind. And now that you have a paid mastermind, there is a fine line between how do I price my membership so that it's a natural progression to my mastermind, number one, and so that the people in the mastermind don't feel like, well, I should have just joined the membership. I hope that makes sense. So that's one reason, guys, that I tell you guys, and I want you to watch. I want you to watch this next set of mentees that I got over the next year. I want you to watch them launch everything you're trying to launch. I want you to watch them launch successful memberships, successful mentorships, successful masterminds, successful conferences, successful retreats, because it's when you do it right, it's all one thing. And that's the $1 million equation, is that you give people choices. No, I understand what you're saying, Deshauna. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying you're leaving money on the ground. You're leaving money on the table when you don't have something what for that is geared towards them. It also impacts your ability to build a mega community. Y'all name some of the biggest societal communities out there. Name any industry that has a big community where people show out in droves to support. Name one. I'd say church. I'd start with churches. I would say sports programs, the NFL, the NBA, church, talk shows. Every one, sororities, she said sororities. So sororities is paid from day one. You're not going to be able to join a sorority for free. So that's an elite. That's an elite membership. What about all these football fans and basketball fans? You can watch a football game for free. Watch this. Watch this funnel. I can watch it for free on TV. Every now and then I can buy me a ticket to a game. I can also buy me hats and house shoes and shirts, jerseys, and other paraphernalia. I can go on up a notch and buy myself a season pass. I can go on up a notch and I can buy myself a skybox. And I can go on up a notch and I can buy myself a ticket to the Super Bowl. But you got me in the door watching on TV for free. But even the ones that are watching on TV for free, watch me, doesn't mean that the NFL is not monetizing those numbers. The NFL is running a gang of commercials. So if you don't have every level of your business monetized in some shape, form, or fashion, you need a coach. And I don't care who you get. Go get Pookie and Ray Ray off the block. As long as they can show you how much money you're leaving on the table by not hiring help. It's a catch-22. You say I can't afford to hire help, then I say, okay, well, you can't afford to hire help. You're going to keep leaving money on the table. You should not make a move without knowing exactly how you're going to do two things: build community and build cash. And if you're moving and everything you're doing is not monetized, schedule a call with me and get some help. Schedule a call with me and figure out what program you need to come in under. Because, if you don't change it, it's going to be the same way this time next year. If you knew how to fix it yourself, you'd have done it already. Questions? I'm full now. No, baby, I just mean I don't want to do it right this minute. So I do it in like an hour.
You got the watch, so how many do you got?
4. Questions? You're welcome. You're welcome, Monique. So, guys, if you want to know more, if you're not already in my membership, mentorship, junior mentorship, and you want to know more about how to grow your brand to the next level, go to bit.ly/blackgirlprofits and schedule a call to meet with my team so we can talk to you about how to move your brand and business to the next level. I don't think I'm teaching you how to build an affiliate program in the membership. I think I might. I'm almost sure I do because you need one. That's that part of building that community too. How often should you add or subtract what you offer in your membership? Membership should be set it and forget it. With the exception of an occasional bonus, a recruitment bonus, once I set what you're going to get in my membership, I leave it. That's why you got to be deliberate about carving out those benefits to begin with. But here's the caveat to that. The caveat to that is that if ain't nobody joining, then you need to be adding and subtracting until you get your math right. So if you put a membership out there and ain't nobody joining, don't just leave it out there. Tinker with it until the cost starts. But you got to leave it out there at least 30 days to see if it is attractive. And you got to be honest with yourself. Have you done everything that you needed to do to get that membership off the ground? If the answer is no, then don't change it. Dr. Nikki, I don't believe in lifetime memberships. I don't. All of my mentees renew every year. Always, Yvette, you should always offer upgrades. I don't believe in multi-level memberships, though. That's a waste of time and energy. And I'm going to teach you why in the course. That's like chasing a whole bunch of $10 bills. Why? It doesn't make sense. So I'm not going to ever have a basic membership, a gold membership, and then a platinum membership. I'm not. Okay, guys, thank you for stopping by. I hope this has been able to shed some light on your membership or your product box. Don't forget, we actually changed the date of the class to October 15th. bit.ly/member money is the actual site that you go to register. It starts on October 15th. Last day to enroll is October 30th. It is a great opportunity for you to be able to learn how to build a real community of people that pay you recurring revenue, which every entrepreneur needs. Don't ever forget that if you got a business that will stop paying you, if you stop working tomorrow, then you don't have a business, you have a job. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night.